live.
Excellent.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good. We got Kori over here today. Very nice.
So,
We got Mr. Patrick Moynihan.
Hello.
And Mr. David Gunn is joining us today.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. So, give me a second. If you'd like to introduce yourself, I'm just going to share this to a few places.
All right.
And go ahead.
Fantastic.
Cool. Well, thank you guys very much. Now we cracking. Is that what we're doing?
Oh, we are cracking,
Oh,
baby.
it's cracked.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and finally have something to show you guys. A lot has happened over the last couple weeks with EasyCoin, and finally we have some stuff to show you guys that I think maybe your audience would maybe even would like to take a look at. So I'm excited to introduce EasyCoin to the world. This was an idea I had. It was just kind of a little fun little conversation I was having with Omar at one point. And we were watching all these cryptocurrencies go crazy, and then they all crash and burn, and then they all come back. And we finally figured out a pattern. And we just realized that it's just the natural breathing of these currencies. And we were discussing which ones we would want to invest in. And then I just threw it out there. I was like, well, what if we just created our own? You know, what would you call it? And I think we went through like one or two names, and then he just spit out EasyCoin. And he said, spell it with an E and a Z. And immediately I went, wow, that's pretty cool. Let me Google this and figure this out. So, of course, I get on Google and I look it up. I find there is an EasyCoin, but it died in like 2014, a very painful death apparently. And there are some bad reviews about that coin online. So right from the get-go, I want to make sure everybody knows that that's not us. We didn't have anything to do with that project. If you Google anything about EasyCoin right now, you're most likely going to find that project just because we are so new. The search engines haven't even found us.
Yes.
So we're in the process of spreading the word, getting people to know EasyCoin. The idea behind EasyCoin was to make an easier life for people. Either through investing or through utility uses, either in games or certain platforms, and also the school, which I'm sure we'll talk about here in a little bit. But the thinking behind it was to kind of empower everybody to learn about cryptocurrency as well. There's a huge gap between people that actually understand what's going on and people that are really good at this. And we wanted to try to bridge that gap so that people that might not be in the know can eventually be in the know. And then they can use that down the road, maybe for the future generations of investors. So that's kind of the idea. That was the concept we went with. And we realized that it was going to be a project, and it has proven to be one so far. But we're up for the challenge. We enjoy it. I love it. I think it's great. I go to bed at night, I think about EasyCoin now, and I wake up and I check EasyCoin. So we are definitely in it for the long haul.
oh, very nice, very nice.
Perfect timing. Okay. So, just shared it to all the socials, Twitter,
Nice.
Facebook, all that good stuff. So, if anyone's out there and the interwebs, go watch. Obviously, if you're watching now, then you're already watching. So, yay! Yeah. So, Kori, did you last time we did this? You had some questions, and
Yeah, a few
you
of those
may
have already been answered, but
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and just reiterate those for
Yeah.
those who weren't present for
Yeah.
any of those conversations. So,
exactly.
I was asking earlier. My understanding is that this project is a Litecoin fork.
Right.
That is correct. Okay. So we're going to be dealing with proof of work, consensus algorithms, and stuff like that. I
Correct.
presume. So,
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Very
Mhm.
nice. All right. So I know you had kind of briefly went over some of your goals and utilities you would like to implement down the road.
Right.
So let's kind of start off there.
Okay.
Let's go into some of the things people can expect down the road.
I would love to share these things. These are all, and we're still coming up with new ideas as we're doing this, which is really cool. But the first thing we wanted to start off with was having an EasyCoin school to help bridge that gap and provide content for users to be able to learn about cryptocurrency. What is a blockchain? What is cryptocurrency? I mean, I think that's the foundation that everybody needs to get their head around first before they can start moving forward and investing with the knowledge to do it safely as well. You kind of need to know what you're doing whenever you get into this world.
Oh yeah, education is definitely needed in space for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we wanted to start with, was working on the school. So we're going to make it hopefully as user-friendly as possible. We want to do video instead of just text. I know that you can get online and you can read about cryptocurrencies in text form all darn day. And there are a lot of good videos already on YouTube as well that I have watched. So there's plenty of content out there in video form, but we wanted to kind of put our EasyCoin spin on it a little bit as well, and then make it centralized for people to come to our website, and then they can go through the videos. And we're going to try to keep the videos short and sweet. We don't want, to lose, people's attention with a 10-minute video. I think 3 or 4 minutes is about right. And that way we can touch on one topic at a time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you hit one, like, what is mining? What what is a distributed ledger?
Exactly.
Because a lot of times, if you break it into smaller pieces, the average person can consume it a little bit better. I read, but the videos, to me, it seems. There's one that me and him were watching. Was it Whiteboard?
Oh yeah, whiteboard cryptos.
Right.
I like the way they summarize a lot of things. They're pretty good.
Well, I'll have to check them out, but that's what we want to try to do, is to get people educated.
Well, no, it's a huge space. There's always more room for education.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And we know that people don't enjoy reading as much as they used to. So the videos, I think, was pretty obvious for us that we needed to be able to do video content to help our users learn how to use EasyCoin. We feel like once they can kind of get through the basics of that, then we've got the gaming platform that we want to start to work on. We're going to develop hopefully a couple simple apps to start with, and then we'll get maybe a little more complex as we grow. But we want users to be able to earn easy coins if they're not able to mine coins. I think the mining community is very important for the network, but the other users that don't have the ability to mine our coin, we want them to be able to earn coin as well, and not just have to buy it, which I think is pretty cool. And I think then the next big thing we wanted to really come up with was the store. We wanted to bridge the gap to be able to allow people to buy stuff, physical items with the cryptocurrency, and have it accepted on the e-commerce platform. And I'm sure there are probably these e-commerce stores out there already. But again, we wanted to kind of just put our EasyCoin spin on it and make it something from us for our users.
Okay, understood.
And mostly the mining community right now has been the biggest utility. Those guys are going to town with the mining, and they're able to mine blocks out, and then they're rewarded for every block that they mine. And this is incentive for them to hook up their equipment and use their electricity to do the mining. And it also is the way that the whole blockchain stays secure as well. So we're not a centralized, it's all decentralized.
Okay. Since we're on the topic of mining, like ASIC mining, any other compatible mining rigs? I mean, if we're going to discuss it, we might as well let them know how to do that. So.
You're probably going to want an ASIC rig. With a script coin like this, you're going to need some extra power. If you try to do GPU or CPU mining, you're going to struggle. It's not going to be worth it. I mean, you might be able to pull a couple coins a day out. And right now, that might be enough for in the future, but we don't know.
Yes.
You're definitely going to need a high-powered rig, something that is built for script mining. There are a couple of vendors out there that make some pretty good rigs, and I happen to have one myself, and it works great. For a faster rig, you have to spend more money.
Oh, obviously,
So the miners are very valuable to us, and their mining power and their electricity is very valuable. And I think that helps us to realize a value on this coin right now, is because we do have these miners expending this energy to mine our coin, and it's pretty impressive, honestly.
No.
Since we're, not even a month old.
So is the plan to stick with proof of work through the life of the project, or I know other projects have made that switch.
Right.
Is that something that y'all will be doing, or is it just going to stick to proof of work?
Right now, I'd like to stick to proof of work.
Okay.
It seems from what I've read, it's been around, I believe, the longest, and it has proven the test of time with Bitcoin and Litecoin, and then the other forks that have come off of that. I know that there's a lot of projects that are moving to proof of stake, and that has its own advantages and disadvantages as well. So we think right now proof of work will probably fit our needs. But in the future, if we need to migrate and change that to maybe like a proof of stake or something even more hybrid like, then that would be something that we could consider and we could make happen.
Okay. All right.
Did you want to touch base on any of the things on the screen? We have a few things popping up here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so what we have here, this is our block explorer on explorer.myeasycoin.com. So this is where you'll be able to monitor the network and the difficulty, the coin supply, the block height, and then you'll be able to go through every single block and get the hash transactions. And if you're really into the coding, then you can look even deeper into that. This is something that we also needed to develop so that we can go to an exchange. One of their requirements is you have to have an explorer, a block explorer. And that's because they need the API codes so that it'll talk to the exchange and everybody knows what's going on. So this was one of the things that we had to develop pretty quickly to become a serious project. And I think it came out pretty nice. It's clean, it's simple, and I think that helps at this stage in the game. When we get bigger and we have more stuff going on, I'm sure that our Explorer is going to get a lot more complex as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I think keeping things simple, user-friendly interfaces, very important. Some of them are just cumbersome, and there's just way too much to deal with. So I think that's good beginning place,
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes with the whole easy theme, at least here in the beginning. Hopefully it doesn't become hard coin in the future. We want to try to keep it easy if we can. The screen you see now, this is our mining pool at pool.myeasycoin.com. And this is where you would go if, say, you did have an ASIC mining rig. You could also mine with your GPU or your CPU, but like we said, it's going to be very difficult for you, and you're going to be frustrated that you're not really earning a whole lot of coin that way. Cody, if you don't mind, if you want to hit the miners button, this will show you the miners that are currently hooked up and mining right now. And it looks like it just made a payout, so the next payout hasn't been determined yet. But this is the miners on our pool. There are other pools out there right now as well, I think, that have been developed, and you can find those on, like, say, the website miningpoolstats.stream, I think it is. And it will list EasyCoin. We are actually on there. Cody, if you have a moment, if you want to get to that, it's miningpoolstats.stream.
Did I spell mining right?
You got it.
Mining.
I'm surprised I could remember it.
Mining.
Let's go to new coins. Hit that button. That would be really cool on the left-hand side.
New coins, Cody. Boom.
Oh,
number two.
Number two,
With a bullet.
baby.
Oh, Jesus, and there's thousands of these things.
Look at this. All right, so this is on Mining Pool Stats. So it's listing the new coin. We got Tilt Coin, Caffeine Coin. I think they're Snowflake. So unfortunately for them, they're in third place. So sorry, Snowflake.
I'll be upset.
Bunch of snowflakes.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. Managers will be talked to.
Yep. Anyway, if you want to click on the EasyCoin now, it'll take you to our EasyCoin page or their page that they have developed for us. And it will list all of the mining pools that are currently mining or were mining our coin in the last, I don't know, I guess it keeps track of them for a while. There's our pool at the top, and then it looks like there's another one going on just below us, and a Lucky Dog pool. So there's a couple of these mining pools, which is really cool, is because the community starts to build these pools, and then your coin is added to it, and then people can mine it. So it's easier for people to find other than just going to our website. This was really cool when this happened. I was really excited to see our coin listed on Mining Pool Stats, because there really is no other better website for miners to pick the right pool for that day to mine in. If you're on the wrong pool on the wrong day, you might not be earning as much money as you potentially could be mining. So this is a huge resource, and man, I'm thrilled to be on it. It's cool seeing EasyCoin right there.
That's pretty cool.
So, but that's kind of that's what the mining involves. You can go to our mining pool. We also have a help guide to kind of help you out with mining if you wanted to do it with a CPU and a GPU. But you need to go out and buy yourself a big rig if you really want to do some mining. I think you're going to have to spend at least $1,000.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Very cool.
It's really not a high cost of entry if you're getting into that, if you think about it.
That's true. And there's a lot of 120 volt versions that you can get.
We've spent some time looking into different rigs.
Yeah.
There's actually a manufacturer out in Katy, not too far.
Really?
Oh,
We'll
Well, that's for that'd be a different style, but
We'll have to look for that. What do you got here now, Cody? Okay, this is myeasycoin.com.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our main website, the official. It kind of goes over a little bit of everything. It's got our roadmap and kind of our plan, and we'll hopefully be working our way down that. The GitHub address for the code, and you can also get the Telegram link so you can come chat with us as well. On the very bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
The chat is pretty active. There's about 60 people in there right now, and
nice.
a lot of them stay quiet, and a lot of them like to post funny GIFs. GIFs.
Oh, that is the scene of this world.
GIFs or GIFs? That's the real question.
Is it Giphies? GIFs?
GIF like the peanut butter?
Man, I could never figure that out for the longest time. Let's see, at the top, we'll go through a couple of the tabs. We've got the wallet tab. When you go to there, you'll be able to click on the PC wallet. This is what we call the core wallet. In order for this wallet to work, you have to basically download the entire blockchain contents to your PC. For a coin like Bitcoin, that could take days, if not months. For our coin right now, you can still download it and get on the blockchain before you have to have this incredible update to actually be able to use our wallet. We're looking at also doing our wallet on Apple and Android. We just haven't gotten to that development phase, but that's something that we want to give the users, is a user-friendly wallet for their phone, so that if they don't even have a PC, they'll still be able to store their coins and send them and eventually trade them and hopefully whatever else.
That's critical. A lot of this sphere is all on their phones nowadays. I watch people who are day traders that never touch a computer.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely in the works. That's our next step right now. Once we've gotten through this kind of initial development, then the wallets are definitely top on the list. We want to get that into people's hands so that we can start sending coins around to people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in an easy spot. So that's next for sure.
Easy coin.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
We try to keep it easy. Oh, there's a screenshot or two of the core wallet. Just kind of a little official little thing that it's open source wallet.
Nice.
And that's what's cool about this is these coins, they're all open source. Well, most of them. So the community can add and make all sorts of things. They can actually make the wallet apps for us if they wanted to. You know, I'm sure nobody's going to donate that much time for free, but you never know. Some of these projects do wind up with some pretty loyal kind of fans and users, and they'll go through it to make something like that happen. I actually received a message from a miner in China. She purchased easycoin.org. Apparently it was available. I hadn't even looked at it. She said she wants to turn it into a fan site to spread EasyCoin in China. So I told her, go for it. And, you know, she asked my permission, and she's rolling with it. So it's kind of cool that you can have this kind of open source community to where other people across the globe can build things and help you as well because they believe in it so much. Now, I'm sure that, you know, being a miner, it probably benefits them as well, since they're probably over there mining a lot of coins. So they're trying to make it worth it for themselves too.
Right.
But that's what's cool about it, is the whole open source thing. You know, certainly not something you're going to get with, you know, like a centralized bank, which we won't name.
All right, let's see what else we got. I already kind of scrolled over these while you were talking about them. Games, the school, the stores are all in the works.
Yeah, we're working on those.
The school, though, I'm pretty excited about. We should have something within the week.
Yeah.
For episode 1.
Yeah, I think episode 1's going to be
very nice.
What is a blockchain?
Yes. What is blockchain?
What is blockchain? So we're going to go into that. It's going to be a cool video, and as soon as it's ready to go, we're going to put it online. I mean, that day.
Perfect.
We don't mess around. When we get it, we publish it.
Yeah, we do have a channel on YouTube. I'd have to go find it, but yes. I mean, I just have to go open it up. maybe log into EasyCoin.
I know that guy.
Yeah. How about this? While Cody does that, I'll let him work on that. What I want to do, since this is our first official appearance on a podcast, Now We Kraken is going to receive 5,000 Easy Coins.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
So,
amazing. Yeah, very nice.
Signed, stamped, redeemable at, I guess, any time when we're ready. Give us a couple weeks. But the podcast has its allocation of coins now.
Toes in the water.
Yep. So hopefully we get this thing, to gain some value and strength, and then we can do amazing things with the podcast with these 5,000 Easy Coins. So.
As soon as there's the school or the games or things, I mean, I'm pushing it a little bit online because I like seeing people get into a project and want to see it succeed.
Right.
The school and the games, those are really going to be things that kind of open the door to being able to draw. It's a world of shiny objects.
Yep.
I need something pretty.
Yep. And they want to be able to play, and everybody is attached to their phones.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
your phone, if you trade crypto,
Oh, yeah.
90% of it is because all their scanners, all their they use the same software or same things on here that you
Right.
can get on a PC.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what we want to do is we want to try to be as easy as we can for the users.
Love it.
If we can.
Oh yeah.
In this complicated world of crypto.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crucial.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I think, why the name is kind of so cool too, is it kind of just paves the way of saying, hey, it doesn't have to be so damn hard. You might not even know how to say some of these cryptocurrencies. And that's the first hard part. So let's get past that, and let's pave the way and try to make this a little bit easier for people to understand. Hey, there we go.
I can't add it because I'm on a different. It's okay.
Kind of, what are we hoping? What are y'all looking at for the store as far as?
I think we want to start with just basic merch, just easy coin merch to start with. I really am into flying and golf and poker and things like that. So I'd like to have some merchandise along those lines. I thought about even having like some poker chips made that have easy coin stickers on them.
Maybe fit.
And you know what I mean? And that way we've got a little bit of merchandise for the people that like to play their home games.
Let me take those to Vegas.
Yeah. See if you can cash them in.
I mean, maybe not, but at least spread them around.
That's true.
You're at the Bellagio. No, we'll use mine.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So that's kind of what we want to start with the store. Just some basic merch, shirts, stickers, buttons. Let's just spread the word. And for now, I think any user that takes advantage of this beginning phases is going to have access to a lot of free stuff. In the future, these types of merch might actually cost money. So for now, it's going to be relatively cheap. We want to be able to just distribute merch as easily and as cheap as possible.
Okay, understood.
So here's our little happy holiday video.
Oh, yeah.
Whose hand is that? It's beautiful.
I would tell you, but he might not like it.
Why? You don't want to be a hand model?
Should be, right?
Look at that.
What was that show? Was it Friends? Or someone was a hand model?
No, are you talking about Zoolander? Oh no, Seinfeld. Seinfeld had the hand model.
That's right.
I was thinking Zoolander with David Duchovny.
Was Jerry the hand model?
I don't remember if it was Jerry.
Really?
I remember he dated a woman one time that had man hands, but I remember that one, but I don't remember who was the hand model.
Or maybe it was George.
I think it
Probably
was George.
George. Yeah. That makes sense too. It would have to be George.
Okay, don't mind any of that.
You said I could have off for the holidays.
My
yes,
kids.
it's Festivus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that's a whole lot of content in a very little amount of time. We birthed this thing December 8th, and we're just barely to the 2nd. So we're still not even a month old, and we've got an incredible amount. I think that is going to put us on track with a lot of momentum into the future. And like I said, I'm living and breathing it. I've got other jobs and other projects going on, but this has really consumed me. But I love it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to have events. We're going to have sponsorships. We want Easy Coin sticker on the back of an MMA fighter's butt, you know, right there in the ring. Boom, just right there, just right in your face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we want to get excited about. This development stuff is boring. You know, we have to spend all this time with legal paperwork and making sure that everything is functioning and working correctly, when really what we want to do is we want to go out there and have some fun. And introduce this into different markets. I've mentioned, you know, like the poker market, the fighting market. Those two Vegas markets kind of go together. So I think that would be a good spot. Plus, those types of gamblers like to invest a lot too. So I think that they would probably find our coin attractive as well. And on the local level, we want to be able to do some golf sponsorships. You know, some of these charity tournaments, we want to be able to set up a tent at like the 9th hole. And, you know, you make a hole in one and we'll give you like, you know, so many easy coins and something else. And we want to just be in the community. We want to be there for them. And we want them to finally believe in a coin that is more than just maybe like a cute dog or, you know, just a simple little phrase that everybody is just putting their money into and they have no clue what they're putting their money into. So I think we can finally find the right people that believe in us. And I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a coin for the people.
Exactly. It's a family coin.
Family coin.
Yeah, it's like the family model.
You take it home to mom.
Yeah.
Grandma, even. Yeah.
Grandma. Yeah.
Teach her how to use it.
We'll give Grandma some easy coin.
So the first one's going to be, what is blockchain for the school?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think the second one I think we're working on will be what is cryptocurrency. And these videos will probably be 3 to 4 minutes long. And I've been able to show the guys a little bit of a sneak peek of them, and I think they can agree they're going to be pretty cool.
I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see it all come together.
Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty impressed. Omar, he's our graphics guy. Man, he's amazing. He's a talented artist. He does portraits as well, so he does oil portraits and paintings. And I met this guy back in high school, and we just developed a friendship, and we ended up playing in a band together for a while, and we still live basically in the same neighborhood. So it's really cool to have him on board because he is an artist to the extreme. Every graphic you see, including these, anything you see really, he has done all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
we are very pleased to have Omar on board. Omar, if you're listening or watching, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Man of many talents.
That's right.
Definitely sounds like it.
I was trying to find where our little profile pictures ended up.
Oh, they're on white papers.
Oh, white papers. Nice.
Yeah, might have to rearrange that, but they're down here.
Oh, the Easy Coin team. Yeah, we have some nice stock pictures here.
Yeah,
Hey.
They got me on there too now. Woo!
look at that.
That's not you.
I know. It's not, obviously.
Yeah, these are
I'm much more attractive than
Well,
whoever's
yeah,
on
of
there.
course.
placeholders for now.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get some decent pictures so that we can get these online if we want to.
Yeah.
We kind of like the
It's funny, it's more
aspect
photo
of
of a lamp.
yeah.
I love lamp.
I love lamp. Yeah. The other thing that we are changing right now is the graphic will change on the coin. We've talked to a person that speaks Latin, and apparently vitam facilem is not going to translate directly to make life easy. It will translate to easy life.
Okay.
So we have been corrected on that, and we are working on that. Unfortunately, graphics are hard to change, and they take some time.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to update our documents. As you can see now, it says easy life. So we didn't want to upset, that.
Yeah.
Some-
We want to make sure the
The Latin
translation.
speaking-
Yeah, I was about to say the Latin speaking community.
Yeah, we got to
keep
make
them happy.
Yeah, we got to make sure the translation's correct. So we were addressed in that, and I thank you for that because we don't want to run around the world looking like a bunch of dummies.
Somebody in
Yeah.
Brazil's
No thanks.
drinking coffee, looking at it. What kind of bullshit is
Goddamn
this?
Americans.
Just dumbasses.
All right. So we do have our white paper, right?
Yes.
Which we can
This-
obviously pull up.
Oh Lord, I tell you what, this is this was a project.
It's a labor of love.
This-
Task unto itself.
Yes, this thing alone has got to be worth a couple $1 million because we've spent so much time and effort, and it's just put together, and it's all legal, and all of these things had to be done to have a professional project that actually looked real. I think our first white paper I wrote, and I learned real quickly that I should probably just rely on the professionals. So we got lawyers, we got professional writers. We did it right. We didn't want our white paper to have any holes in it. We wanted people to be able to look at it and get a good idea as to what we're trying to do here. Obviously, by the time you get to page 4, you might actually start to get past the legal stuff. We have the introduction, kind of just explaining Easy Coin and decentralized worlds, and then a little bit more into Easy Coin and why we started this and our goal to fill the gap in crypto. And then the utility. So then you can read about our vision on the school, and then the games, which are going to be badass, and then the store, and then security. That way then we can, securely do transactions. And then we go into the mining community and the proof of work concept and why it's good, and explain a little more about that. And then we transition into tokenomics. Total supply 1 billion. I think that's important for people to know. We pre-mined 100 million coins, and those are listed right there. Those will be what we're going to use those for. 16 million for development, 14 for graphical user interfaces, 12 for marketing, 10 for the initial coin offering, which is coming up hopefully early 2022. And then we're selling 8 million coins to private investors. We've got 5 million coins allocated for advisors and also for charity. That leaves 30 million coins that we want to lock and not touch. So the community knows that we're not going to do a rug pull on this thing and completely just dump it into the market. So we're going to leave those locked for 3 years. And then those coins will be allocated, and I'm sure we'll have a graph on how exactly those coins will be allocated in the future for the development of Easy Coin, down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Kori, one of your questions last time was about the tokenomics, so hopefully that kind of lays it out for you.
Okay.
And I know that the 100 million can be argued is a high pre-mine for that type of coin. I think 10% is about as high as you really would want to go for pre-mining. I chose that because I knew that we have a lot of work ahead. And if I didn't pre-mine enough coins, then we wouldn't have enough money to complete the tasks on our roadmap. So I just hope that the users understand that, yes, that is a lot of coins, but they have been allocated into separate wallets, and you can follow these wallets on our Explorer, so you know exactly where that money's kind of being spent and those balances, where they're at, so that it's a full transparency kind of deal. But that's why we chose the 100 million pre-mine. We could have gone with less, and I know a lot of projects sometimes will do 5%, but we had a lot of goals, so we went ahead and took the 10%. Right now, the circulating supply, I believe, is 102 million, give or take about 500,000. So the miners have already mined out 2.5 million coins, which is really cool. So that's going to continue to grow and dilute our share of the market right now. Anyway, moving on, there's your roadmap. We won't get into all that, and we'll let everybody read that on their own.
Mobile wallets,
ICO.
Easy Coin, debit card.
Yeah, that's where we're going to really have to step it up. We're going to have to get in with some financial institutions, and we're going to need more legal help there as well.
I think those are important, though, at any point. A lot of this space is the separation of the real world. And you know what I mean? Like,
right.
where you can actually have the rubber meet the road, and I can get this.
Right.
This is a tangible thing.
Right. Exactly. And I think that ATMs aren't out of the question. To where eventually, you're going to be able to go to an ATM and you'll be able to withdraw a cash for a crypto, and I think that would be really cool. And I'm sure that it's already been thought of, but we want to be there when it starts to happen, and hopefully, slide in the door when it does. At least that's in our roadmap, so we can prepare for it.
Oh no, that's absolutely coming. They already have those spots around town where you can put money in.
Do they really?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there are Bitcoin ATMs. Even I've heard about this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
So
there's one right down the road from my house.
No kidding.
In a Shell station.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop on the way home. I need some cash, and I got some extra Bitcoin.
Right.
But that's kind of what we want. We want people to be able to be like, hey, I got some extra Easy Coins. I need to go get a burger.
No, and that's important, because that's as this shifts from a fiat world into the crypto space, people are lacking. What's lacking enthusiasm is my ability to go buy a hamburger.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
if it's intangible, then what does it matter?
Right.
But it's not intangible, and it's quickly heading that space into that way.
Yep.
That's where things like the school are important, because we sit and try to talk to my wife about it, and she just, no, it's fine. I got you for that.
My wife too.
But that's
Same.
that's the majority of the world, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to get punched in the face
Yes.
as this happens.
Yes. And if you're not ready for it, it's going to really hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or be married to me, apparently.
I mean, I don't know what the stat would be. I'm sure we could look this up. This would be something for the users out there to go get. What would be the estimation of people in the globe that actually know about cryptocurrency? 5%, maybe 10%? I mean, I think we all have heard about it. I would say 80 or 90% of the globe's probably at least heard the word.
Oh yeah, know of. But,
Yeah.
Talk to somebody over the age of 65 and else, or over the age of 55, over the age of 50, hell.
Right.
And a lot of the times, I know about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. That's all they know.
That's the one.
They know one name.
That's true. Yep.
They know because that's the only one it's been. But
Yeah.
as far as utility, a lot of them have obviously are coming much further,
Right. Yeah.
but they don't see it yet.
No, and I think it's just incredible that there's so many people out there that have so much to learn. I mean, we're dealing with such a small percentage of people that actually understand what we're talking about right now, to the point where it's not boring and it's exciting to us. But we need to get that excitement to grow. We need more people in the know, and I think it'll benefit us all in the future as well. I mean, we shouldn't have to rely on this centralized banking stuff for the rest of our lives.
Well, it hasn't always been that way. And I
That's true.
think a lot of people don't understand, like, the idea of just within so many lifetimes, it's been tied to government.
Right.
So they don't understand any concept of it being not that way.
Different. Yeah, exactly. It's always been centralized. We're gonna take control of it. And in the beginning, it wasn't completely that way, like you said, but that's what they've gotten used to now.
And now it's all coin in the realm.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we can change that. I want to be able to make Easy Coin something that you see in the day to day. Maybe you can buy gas with it someday. That'd be great.
Oh no, it's coming. When you're starting to see the ATMs out there and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You're going to. I mean, it's not going to be that much further of a step to be able to go conversion in the machine in the process.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's probably already in the works. It's just a matter of, as I've found, it takes time to make these things happen. And it's also all got to go through the legal processes too, which
Sons of bitches.
we know takes time too,
Lawyers.
Yeah.
and money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the volatility is, of course, a factor. You have to consider, like, okay, well, you pull out, however many Bitcoin or Easy Coin, they're going to be worth this amount of US dollars at this moment and a different amount the next moment. So
No, but I mean, the currency market is a thing because of that very same. I've made money
Sure.
off the Australian currency multiple times.
yeah,
Just simply because our evening, it's going up,
mm-hmm.
and you can buy.
yeah. Yeah.
And in every morning, it's going down. Like early morning, it's down.
Yeah, international currency is
Mhm.
a type of stock market.
I mean, think
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
You can make money off
You're
of it.
saying volatility. The only thing that brings any market any sort of sustainability and stability are the users.
Right.
Whether it's a government issued fiat currency or not. If we all don't buy into it, it has no value.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yep.
It's paper
Yeah, exactly.
with a barcode.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get what you're saying with that, but I mean, like, what was it, Belize? Where there was fucking dumpsters. Sorry, there was dumpsters everywhere filled with paper currency
Mm-hmm.
because it was useless. You could buy 100 in the morning. What could buy a cup of coffee was not even useful for a stick of gum.
yeah.
So you don't have to watch the F-bombs. We discussed that earlier.
Oh,
I think you missed that.
fuck,
You
okay.
Came in a little late. Yeah,
Shit.
We established that this definitely not for kids to begin
Sorry.
with.
You little bastard.
I tell you what, if there's a 12-year-old out there that can understand what we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes,
He's heard worse.
he's heard worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And we should
definitely.
probably hire him.
The last time we were
Give
here,
us a call.
I mean, when he's 18 and legally allowed to work there.
Yeah, that's true.
last time we were here, Cody's little angel was up there in the loft, and I keep having these giant silicone things fall next to me, and she's
Yeah.
Having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, see, I know you've hit your father or something, or heard some shits and dams. And
But that brings up a good point. I want to touch on what you were talking about. market instability, coming up in the future, we really are reaching a gray area. I would think we could all identify the fact that America is a lot of debt. It's in a lot of trouble. And you look around the world, and you can probably find that in other places as well. We don't need to get into it all, but I think that everybody realizes that there's a gray area coming pretty soon, and it's all going to come to some sort of conclusion eventually. But that's where, people do believe that there could be the collapse of the dollar. There could be the collapse of the euro. All these things could collapse, of course. And if that does happen, then what do? Well, I guess maybe cryptocurrency might work for people. If it catches on to enough people, I guess time will tell.
I mean, if the world is digital and that's rapidly where it is, why wouldn't the money be?
Right. I'm with you on that. And look, I'm a firm believer in precious metals, heavy gold, silver. I mean, I have my portfolio loaded with it. Of course, we can always rely on those. But I think, like I've mentioned in the white paper, is you're not going to be able to take your stash of gold with you when we have to leave this planet because we've accidentally blown it up. I mean, you're going to want a different type of secure.
People need talismans.
Hashtag.
I mean, even in that case, those are valuable.
Right.
Because we agree they're valuable.
Exactly.
In gold, you could all diamonds that we use for industrial purposes are made.
Yeah.
And all gold that you ever use for high capacity, for capacitors and high voltage, you're talking about paper. You're talking paper thin. You're talking about none.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much nothing.
So to me, storage of value is going to move to the digital age because who wants to carry 100 pounds of X around? You gonna chip it off?
Right. Exactly. I mean, if we have our safes loaded with it now, are we going to be able to travel with our safes if we need to?
Yeah.
It just, there's a lot of gray area. The financial markets, they're doing their thing, and I certainly believe in the markets, and I think they're going to keep chugging along. But there's going to be some hard times ahead. I think we all can agree that it's the market. It just breathes. It goes up and down. We try to avoid it for as long as possible, but this is one reason I think EasyCoin is going to be kind of cool, is because if people do have their money in EasyCoin, it might not be affected by, say, the stock market, or when the US dollar completely crashes. You'll still have your EasyCoins, and if they're accepted around the globe at different values, then they at least still have a value, unlike what might happen to a currency, backed by a nation. Like you said, down there, they're just burning dumpsters full of paper.
It's useless.
Yeah.
I mean,
wipe your butt.
Yeah, no.
The government makes a policy, and all of a sudden the economy tanks.
Well, how much money is spent on printing money? I wonder.
Oh yeah, we discussed that.
How much money is spent on physically storing the shit? How much time and effort is?
I would say millions.
There are jobs that solely exist to pick the shit up from one spot and safely take it to another.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we got armored cars.
Oh no, yeah,
tons of them.
Yeah.
And that's a multi-million-dollar industry. So yeah, it's billions, I would imagine. Then that's and those are expenses that I'm sure we can get past.
Those are expenditures that you don't need when you move to a cryptocurrency-based market.
Yeah,
because I'm not printing it. You're never going to hand me a physical EasyCoin.
No. Yeah. Unless it's for funsies and it's like a piece of merchandise, but it won't carry any value.
People were printing Bitcoins and selling them.
Physical Bitcoin at one point.
There is actually, that brings up another point. There is an EasyCoin name. I believe it's in actually Brazil, and the guy prints physical coins that look pretty damn cool. And it's called EasyCoin, and I found him on Facebook just because when I was doing my research to make sure we weren't going to have any problems. But he actually prints physical coins that look like the ones that you would see on their websites. It's actually kind of cool, but I think they're kind of expensive too. He charges like $100 for one of them, but it's made out of some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, for funsies, it'll certainly be there, but we don't need to be printing coin and stamping and minting coins and bills. No. The only reason we know why we're doing that is to keep people employed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Put some more red tape on it.
Yeah.
And EasyCoin doesn't like red tape, but we have to go through all of our legal processes that we've done.
Ah, yes. Speaking of which, let's see where we at with the timeline. We had the timeline and
almost done here. Yeah.
a few.
There's the specs. Yeah, so I got some questions from some of the community, so I wanted to do a spec sheet just so people could get a basic understanding of what we are. And I think that you can take a look at the specs and get a pretty good idea. And these block times, the difficulty time, retarget time, and the max block size, and our block reward along with our total supply is what makes us different than the other coins, the other forks.
Okay.
And I think that was a question that was asked, that, you know, what makes us different than those? And I believe that the specs and the way that those are handled is what makes us different.
Okay.
Very nice.
Lots of links.
Lots of links.
Yep.
Join all the socials.
So I know it's still very early on in the project. You mentioned the ICO.
Right.
Were you thinking Q1, Q2? Just
Let's say
up in the air kind of thing?
Q2 maybe.
Okay.
Probably early.
I mean, I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire
Yeah,
or anything.
no.
I'm just kind of.
I will.
I think we're looking at something maybe April-ish or March or April. What we're going to do, I think we're going to open up the ICO website for pre-sale now. This will be a discounted rate for before the ICO. I don't mind telling you guys the price. I think everybody needs to know pre-sale prices are 5 cents per coin right now.
Okay.
And if you get in at the pre-sale, it's going to be a limited time, and then it's going to close, and then you're going to have to wait for the ICO where the coin's going to be 10 cents. So if you get in kind of early, you get a buy one, get one free kind of deal here, a 50% off, depending on how you like to look at it. But that's kind of where we're starting out the price right now. It took us a while to get to that evaluation. It took me forever. And one thing I took into serious consideration was the mining community and how much energy it is requiring for them to, you know, mine the coin right now. And I think that puts just an initial value on it right then and there. And I also saw a few other things of some miners potentially trading it for around 5 cents, 5.6 cents. Okay. So I felt like 5 cents was a good starting point. It's an easy number. I think it's fair. And like I said, we're going to start up. We're going to have the pre-sale open here once the website comes online. This is kind of a demo beta version right now. It's not fully functional, but we will have the ICO website hopefully up in the next week.
Very nice.
And it will be open to pre-sale at 5 cents. So if you have a cryptocurrency that you want to swap and exchange for some easy coins, we're going to have a few to choose from. I know Bitcoin's going to be on there. I think Ethereum and maybe Doge and Binance.
Okay.
And US dollar Tether.
Okay.
So you'll be able to swap, and then you'll own some easy coin. The pre-sale is probably going to close in a month or two. It's not going to be open very long, and then it'll be 10 cents at the ICO.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we're at, and this is a little glimpse at that website that we're going to have for the ICO. It's really coming together really nice. And this is a good website. It kind of pulls a lot of information out of the white paper and puts it in more of a web-friendly form so that people can, you know, view it and look at it a little easier than the PDF.
Okay. Just a little bit easier to digest. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know people, they'll look at a PDF and nope, don't need that information. This looks like it was put together pretty well. Not going to do it.
There's the
Dilution.
tokenomics, yeah. As the locked coins is the big chunk. And then it goes through our timeline again.
I like that it whispered timeline again in the background over the timeline.
Timeline. Yeah, you like that, don't you? It took me, yeah. I noticed that. I was like, oh, nice. A lot of cool stuff, guys. It's incredible.
12th year. Holy crap.
Yeah, we've got a 12-year roadmap, and I'm sure it's not going to stop there if we can actually make this work. But we've got a whole lot of information on our website. If anybody wants to learn more, there's plenty of more to dig into. We've got documents, the white paper. You can sit there and read that for about an hour if you'd like. But we're excited about this. I mean, this is an awesome opportunity. Omar and I, we came up with this, and then we got a hold of Cody right away, and we said, man, we need a strong, just three or four guys just to go after this. And we determined that, I mean, this is going to work out really good. Cody's on top of the marketing. He's really good with the social media stuff. I'm dealing with all the developers, and Omar's in charge of making everything pretty.
All right.
So,
it is pretty.
yeah, we got it. We're getting there.
Yeah, and there's room to grow. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
if there's anybody out there, interested in helping, contact us. I mean, this is the email address. You can email info@easycoin.com. Sign up on, join us on the Telegram. Hit us up.
Yeah, I think the Telegram's probably the easiest way to get in touch with us. I'm on that. I mean, it's on my cell phone, and I'm sure they're chatting right now. And I try to chime in a few times a day, jump into the conversation, let everybody know that I care, answer as many questions as I can, and I think that's the fun. That's the fun part, is getting to interact with everybody. It's a lot of fun, and I know that we've had a couple naysayers, and we've had a couple trolls come into the chat room, and we take that as constructive criticism. We want to do better. We want to try to bring these people on board. We want to show them that this is a real project. We're not just playing around here.
I watched the chat a lot. The only time I've actually hopped in it, though, was y'all had somebody started speaking in Russian.
Yes.
I was like, what's with the Russian, comrade?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey?
I got to get out my translator for these guys. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get you figured out here.
Well, I'm just like, if you're in a Telegram room that's obviously in English, don't fucking write it. Like, just you do the fucking change it on your end.
That's right.
And then send it in English.
Put it to me so I can read it.
Das du Flachsen. I don't know that, dude. Come on. Angry.
It's funny is I will say that we've gotten a lot of attention in Germany. We've gotten some Russians. We've also got a couple people in Japan and a couple people in China. I think that about covers the most of the miners right now. They seem to be very, very interested in us on the other side of the globe. So we want to thank them and apologize for not being up at the same time as them. It's been really hard in the development process because our blockchain developer is in Germany. So by the time I'm trying to go to bed and the family's trying to go to bed, he's waking up. He wants his marching orders. He wants to know what to do, or here's the new problem for the day. So I've been up till 2 or 3 in the morning working on EasyCoin for a while now. So
if they started writing in German in there, I can read that.
Yeah, no.
Can't read Russian.
I'll tell you what, all my developers are fluent in English.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
Thank God.
If you ever hears this, du bist kein Mensch, du bist kein Tier, du bist eine Rolle Klopapier. He'll know what I mean.
Ich will.
He's like, what? Why did you say that? That's weird.
Forgive us. We're still learning. Or I am. But yeah, dude, there's EasyCoin. I'm sure we could sit here and talk about it all day. There's lots of ins and outs here, but
I think it's going to be once you have the school, and that's when you start seeing things like that, you're going to start piquing a lot more interest too, because that's going to give Cody over here something to push out onto the interwebs, and guys like me. There is a kid somewhere who's 11 years old right now that's going, what's cryptocurrency? That's going to go spend 6 hours on YouTube.
Yep.
Well, and then there's a 40-year-old man that's doing the same thing.
That's true.
They teach coding in schools now, elementary schools.
Oh, no, I know.
It's ridiculous. I went to school for coding. It was a little above my, intellectual level.
It's tough.
Getting into the super deep aspects of coding, I'm just like, okay, well, I get the concept, but it's just not. It's not for me. It's above
my brother-in-law is
above my head.
A game tester. Actually, just moved out to Seattle to work for a company doing testing, but he does beta testing where you have to walk in a room and turn and do it 10,000 different ways. Yeah. And so he knows a little bit of code and been going over it with my son. Dude, my son has games where he has to actually do some coding, or the game won't function.
Yeah, Minecraft does that, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no. All the games that he's playing, mostly the crypto games or the games that are popping up in this sphere, they're sandbox style games, which is a concept that they've been doing in Roblox and all these other, you know what I mean? They're open form in a lot of them. And these kids, they're going to be so used to it. It's going to or growing up.
Yeah.
We grew up in a world where a CD player was a thing, or a TV that had a remote was a thing. But our parents grew up in a world where you got your fat ass up and walked to the TV, and you had a record and you scratched it. And I guess that happened with CDs too, but the sound quality was better on the CD.
Yeah.
But no, it's every time that something new comes about in technology, when you're raised with it, it is a part of you.
Yeah. And then you build upon it and you make it better and you go beyond it.
No, that's a progression. It's like musicians. It's a progression of time. Like it's easy for a guy to be shredding on a guitar in the 70s because there was a guy in the 30s
Exactly.
picking these chords and kind of laying a foundation for you to progress for. You know, each generation progresses that ball forward.
Yeah. And you get little kids go on YouTube and play these crazy, you know, like, you know, Steve Vai or
dude, I love watching that. Watching a 7-year-old stomp the shit out of a grown man playing guitar. Yeah, no, dude, awesome, because that's a part that's that technology, that ability to use those boards and guitar.
And you know, I think there's also a shift in the way we value things now. Physical objects for the past generations have been valuable, but now we have more value in digital objects. We love this stuff. We put money into this stuff all the time, and I think the younger generations even more so. Like, they're not interested in toys and books and all this stuff. They want NFTs. They want the best one, you know, and they're willing to pay the big bucks to get it if they have to, because that's what they value.
Well, it's the same as was it Roadblocks? My son plays a lot of Roadblocks, and he's really excited because somebody gave him a gift card for his birthday. Right. And he's like, I want to get a new skin. I'm like, what does that do? Nothing. It does nothing.
Right.
He just NFTs and things like that. Even though it's just an idea of like, I own the artwork to this, even if it was just that to somebody,
right?
That is a thing. Like,
and that's incredible to me. I mean, this is something that I have to wrap my head around and realize that it is the future. I mean, that's what people are going to put their value in nowadays. It's going to be more digital items.
We're crossing the threshold of where your digital persona is more important than the real world to a lot of people.
It's kind of and that's you know, we can discuss that at another time.
I mean, I just watched The Matrix, so.
And it's a new one.
Oh man, I got a lot of questions. Me and him watched it, and I'm like,
we're gonna have to rewatch that shit.
I'm like, man, there's really? Something we missed, or they just came and shit on the last 3 films. There's something we missed, like, because there was good. You know, there's some points, and then like and they kind of hide him back. So it's what you think. It's called Resurrection because they're in it again.
Yeah.
And they kind of hide him in a way to where like that's stupid. But then if you think about it, it's kind of not stupid because then it makes all your memories feel like you're insane.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so no spoilers.
Okay, I'm done. That's why I'm saying it like that. I'm saying it's slightly coded. Okay, it's like if y'all already seen No Way Home, I haven't seen it yet, but somebody already was like, this happened and this happened. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I almost bit someone's head off for spoiling it or almost spoiling it.
I will cut you.
Get you like a fish. Has everyone seen Don't Look Up?
Oh, okay. I started watching part of it.
I started it too.
No, I
finished it last night.
It's exactly what would happen.
Started it.
We're like, nah, we ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, no, it was good. Have you seen it?
No,
oh
I haven't.
God.
What's this?
Don't Look Up. Yeah,
okay.
It's some like apocalyptic event, but it's like Idiocracy.
Yes, it's like
mixed with like Armageddon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, perfect. Because
I like that.
It's beautiful.
We're gonna sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess.
No, I like when they're on the news. This is big enough to crush my mother or ex-wife's house. It'll kill us all. Just not picking up on the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, no. We got a few people in the chat. No spoilers, please. I'm assuming that's for The Matrix.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Taylor's in the chat. Everyone say hi, Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Hey, hi, Taylor. Taylor is the founder.
There's
Now
a
We
gift
Kraken.
for you.
Yes, we do have a gift. If you'd like to come in the room, since you're just a few feet away,
I love you.
There is a gift for you in the room.
I love you.
Yeah, we do. We do have a gift for the founder of Now We Kraken.
He is the Kraken.
That's right.
Yeah. And don't release him. Yeah, that's fun. That I never even thought about that because he's in his docile periods, and then boom, he comes out, and we might go to jail or something cool might happen.
Somewhere.
And
in
then
the
he
middle.
smiles like when he's trying to tell you like we're about to do some sketchy shit. Like, hey,
this is getting nuts.
He's like smiling like, no, we need to go do this. I'm like, well, why do we need to do it? And then I'm in the car doing it.
Yep.
Wild card.
Yeah.
No. You need friends like that though.
Keep things lively.
No, I love it.
So yeah, what else? Anybody have any fun stories or?
I don't know. We kind of went off on tangents.
I know, right?
Oh no, now I want to go watch the rest of that movie because
Oh yeah.
I want to know what happens.
It's-
I mean, I know. I kind of get the feeling that
No, we missed something. I think.
Oh no,
Sure.
I was talking
What
about
was
No, that one. There's something we missed
Yeah.
because
Not
they
enough said.
wouldn't do that.
Just enough said.
They wouldn't do it.
We got it.
Nobody would do that.
Better go back and watch the other ones.
Well, I know they're great. I've seen them.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god! And I put years into this. I watched the Animatrix. You sons of bitches.
Oh yeah, that's right. They made that.
Dude, I loved it. It was all about it.
Oh, Matrix 1 was great. We just watched it again the other day. And I think Matrix 1 could stand as its own movie. And if you didn't do the other two or now this last one, I think it still would have been great.
Oh, no.
But it dove much deeper into it, alternate kind of galaxies, universes, and it can be multiple times. But the first one was awesome. I think anybody can watch The Matrix 1 and say, that was pretty cool if you're into, that kind of science.
Yeah.
No, the interfolding of, like, they took a lot of Taoism and tried to blend it in there, and, like, the philosophy that, no, I was like that. Like, it was bullet time. It was bullet time, but it was also a lot of, had a lot of existential ideas going on there. What it is reality? What is...
Right. Question everything.
I mean, hell, we're talking about that right now. What is currency?
I mean, we're about to jump into the metaverse.
Right.
That's basically going to be the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, especially when you got things like Neuralink and all that.
Yep.
That crap going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So me and him talk about that concept a lot. It's going to be it's going to be a double-edged sword. It's gonna be like all technologies. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be a lot of great to it, but there are going to be people that eventually, when this is indiscernible from reality, that will be their reality
Oh yeah.
by choice. They will sign up for the Matrix.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because just like in the Matrix, the meat's juicier.
I know it's fake,
Yeah.
but ignorance is bliss.
Oh man, it's delicious, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
eat that fake stuff right up.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Unfortunately, that could certainly be a possibility.
Oh no! Think about it. When it's like it's all technologies come down. It's like when I was a kid, I was broke as hell. We didn't have a Nintendo at first.
Right.
Then eventually, even we had a Nintendo.
Right. Yeah.
So that being said, at some point when it comes down to a level to where
Everybody.
man, life is kind of tough, but this isn't.
Plug yourself in. Have a good time.
I can just.
Dude,
Can they gruel me like they do in the Matrix? To where I'm eating a steak, but really they're pumping gruel into me. It might be a thing.
Yeah. I think it's just IVs. Just pump you through with just liquid nutrients. Keep you alive.
Man, remember the first Matrix whenever he came out of that liquid pod and you were
Yeah.
like, what the shit in the biofluid
Yeah.
fake womb ass is this?
Yep. And then he looks around and he realizes that humans are being farmed like batteries. I think that's the coolest part, is that the machines figured out that they didn't need the sun for energy. They needed the humans for their battery power.
it's kind of like trees. Trees are just farming us
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for decomposition and nutrients and all that. They're feeding us oxygen, and then we're dying, and then giving them nutrients so they can grow.
Yeah.
I think
End of the day, it's just nutrients being redistributed across the planet.
this is going to sound very
Yeah,
dark.
It's all food transporting, 2,000 miles to, or across the planet. That's,
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep.
It sounds going to sound really dark for a second, but I think Lane went there. There's a body farm that they use for like A&M. A bunch of the universities use it in between here in Austin. And I read a thing about it in Texas Monthly not that long ago, and they talk about how beautiful the trees grow there and how much nicer the fields grow around this place. And they're starting to say it's because it's been 40 years of dead bodies just sitting outside, and they chop. I mean, it'll be a leg, it'll be a person, it'll be a hand, because it's all for forensic science.
Science. Yeah.
And they're talking about like they think that the wildflowers and everything grow a little bit nicer around there because they don't.
They definitely do.
Dude, so
Half
basically,
buried.
coffins are robbing the earth of nutrients, basically.
Oh man, yeah, no. When I'm done, put me in the ground and bury my ass up so you got a place to park your bike. Like I don't need a coffin. I don't need any of that. It's just it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just throw me in the earth.
I saw a thing where you can like turn yourself into a tree. Like basically, you put yourself in your body in a sack and you can plant it.
Cremate you and they'll ship you in a box with a seed in the center, and you bury the box
Oh,
and then
that's
water it, and the tree grows up out of your ass.
Send me out.
I thought it was more just like,
Nice.
you put your dead body in a sack and then plant the sack.
I mean, if you want to
With some kind
DIY it, you can, but there's like a service that will just ship you
There's
in a
a
box
lot
with
of
a seed
prep work
in it.
in that.
Yeah, you
But-
just
but
bury the box.
Do
water
your
it.
ashes have all the nutrients? I didn't think they.
I mean, I'm sure they like supplement or something.
I know that
mean,
some
maybe
ash-
a little Miracle Grow. I'm sure. It's a little,
Chia.
yeah, right. A little add-on fee, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to make death fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
None
It's
of
all
us are.
come before, so-
Personally, I want to be shot into space. Just putting that out there.
You want to be
I
shot into
understand
space?
space.
Yep.
Like Ollie?
Well, on my deathbed, actually, not right before I die, just like shoot me into a black hole or something.
There was this
I'll tell
lady
you what I
that
find.
developed a mycelial suit that you can be buried in, and
Yeah.
the mycelium will consume your body, and mushrooms will grow out of you.
Mushrooms will grow out of me.
Yeah.
Eat
yeah.
me for once for a change.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
No payback.
Yeah.
I've been waiting
The
for
circle
this
of life
my
continues,
whole.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And just burn me up, make it quick and simple, and
Send me out like a Viking.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason
on a
that
river?
lady developed that whole suit was they realized that like with the process of cremation, because of all of the like toxic stuff that is
That's-
now winding up in our bodies, you know,
Right.
like there's a whole list of these super toxic chemicals that are cropping up in people nowadays that
Right.
have no business in us.
Right.
It's all getting burnt off into the atmosphere. So even
We're
something that
breathing.
seems like a clean solution
Yeah,
is
we're-
actually polluting the
That's
you know,
true.
the earth and stuff. So
Yeah.
that was kind of why they were looking
Breathing
for
in
something, 'cause,
grandma.
yeah, mushrooms can eat like everything. They consume radiation,
Really?
plastic, oil.
Nice.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I read about that. They started. They're starting to. Was it Japan? They were talking about because they have a funguses that will eat plastic, and they're talking about starting to use it as far as the new idea for landfills.
Yeah, they wanted to inoculate landfills with that particular mycelial spores, and you know, just consume all the plastic in the landfills.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a brave new world.
What do you do with the mushrooms then?
I mean, if they're an edible species, I mean,
Guess we eat 'em.
food or
are they
I
full
mean,
of those chemicals which they consume?
my understanding is that no, there's like a conversion process that happens internally with the mushroom. So like this
liver.
guy, Paul Stamets, did a bunch of studies whenever the oil spill happened in the Gulf.
I was
and
just
so
watching
he
him.
went down there and inoculated large chunks of beach with a particular, I think it was oyster mushroom strain, and just covered it with tarps. Came back like a month later, 3 months later, whatever it was, and there was a big patch of mushrooms, and then came back after that, and it had completely rehabilitated everything, no oil, and 6 months later there was stuff growing out of it again.
Wow.
So just completely rehabilitated the chunks of beach that they treated with this mushroom.
That guy he's talking about is pretty interesting. I was just watching him. Yeah, that's funny you said it. Like last night, I was watching him on Joe Rogan where he's talking about going out and it was the fairy rings, and it was like him and a bunch of other PhDs and his buddy or his brother. They figure out that there's a bunch of mushrooms growing right outside the university, in between them and like the police station, and they go out there and just pick them.
Oh yeah. No, that was a
And Joe Rogan's
good
like,
story.
Jamie, pull that up right now.
yeah.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we got a question on the chat, basically asking about cryptos and scammers, and the question was, how do you assure people worried about a rug pull with EasyCoin? So I think we addressed that a little bit.
Yeah, no, and that's a good question because I know that when people see the pre-mine, that's the first question they ask is, what are these guys going to do with these coins? Are they just going to just dump them into the market and completely dilute it and throw their project under, and just honestly, me personally, I have no reason to want to do that. I want EasyCoin to succeed, and I want it to grow. And if I were to do that, then that would just completely defeat that purpose. Now, we've set up a system to where we do have our tokenomics lined up to where we're going to be putting 30 million of those coins off to the side. They're going to be locked up. We're not going to touch them. And honestly, we've allocated in our tokenomics a certain amount of coins for development, for the graphics, and for the other categories. But we're not going to need to dump the entire lot into the market to be able to reach our goals at once. So what I will probably end up doing is we'll come up with a release schedule on how we're going to slowly spend our coins for development, because even 16 million is a lot of coins to just throw into the market right now when there's only 102 million of them right now. So I think with the lock, the 30 million coins that are locked up right now in pre-mine, that sets a pretty good blanket for not being able to do a rug pull. And then the other is I think we've got 8 million going to pre-sale, and then we've got 10 million going to the initial coin offerings. So that's almost 20 million right there as well. So that'll be available to the public here pretty soon.
Okay.
So we're hoping that the public is going to start to slowly have more coins than us.
Okay.
That would be the goal. We've set it up to where that the public, eventually the users, are going to have 90% of the coins no matter what, and potentially more, because as we have to spend some of our coins for development, then we lose them, and then our share gets smaller and smaller, and the community gets bigger and bigger. So that's one of the ways that we'll be able to prevent the rug pull, is we're going to lock up all those coins.
Okay. Are you familiar with projects like Rug Doc?
No.
Oh, okay. So they're taking an interesting approach. They're trying to alleviate the worries around rug pulls and just that whole thing in general.
Right.
And so, there's kind of a debate going on about, how much anonymity is acceptable within this space when you're dealing with these levels of money.
Right.
Right. And,
right.
Some argue for the anonymity and some argue against it. And so this project kind of is trying to meet in the middle.
Right.
And they'll say, hey, if you want to, remain globally anonymous, that's okay. The way it works is you have to KYC, basically, like approve your identification
Right.
for the whole project team, like the entire team, to these people, right? They want to see your government issued identification, passports, everything.
Okay.
They verify that you're tied to the project, and then if there is a rug pull, they send that entire packet of data with everyone on the project's identities to law enforcement.
Ah, okay.
So that's just one thing that they've kind of come up with
That's
to help
cool.
alleviate that concern, and it's a good step in the right direction. I know a few projects have already gone through the process.
Right.
So,
I'll have to look into that. I mean, definitely we want to make sure.
Having a fully doxed team is very crucial.
Yeah.
But, I kind of made the point to him that given that some of these projects are going to be very, very disruptive to big players.
Right.
I could understand why some people might not want to be the public face of that.
Yeah.
And then you can look at what's going on with like Ripple right now.
Yeah.
They're in all this legal heat.
Yep.
And if they were anonymous, that wouldn't be going on right now. They wouldn't know who to drag in front of, a court system.
And me being here, obviously there went the anonymity real quick.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I know y'all are gonna get y'all's accurate photos up on the page. And I mean,
we want to.
There's a video right now. So this is Cody. That's what he looks like.
Hi everybody.
And I'm Dave. And nice to meet you.
There you go.
I think we're also going to have some LinkedIn profiles. Put together.
That's
and
definitely what
we
you wanna
just
do.
have been so focused and just moving so fast with this development over the past month that those are those little things that are still hanging out there.
Okay.
And but I do want to look into that. And
I'd encourage that. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of how you get that done.
Right.
But it's a service out there that is
Nice.
An option.
Right.
And
kind
something to look into. Yeah. 'Cause I think it's going to be something that's going to catch on in the space. Whether or not they're the ones that take off and do it right, or there's another project that comes along that does it better.
Yeah.
Who can say? But that's going to be needed in this space.
And I kind of like that this idea better. You can lock up coins and tokens and promise things like that, but accountability is always important.
Oh, yeah.
If the community knows that somebody is going to be held accountable for these things, then that gives them a little bit more. It's a little more comfort.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And that's something that I know that anybody that knows me personally knows that, hey, I'm a good guy. I'm an honest man. I work hard, and everything I do is for the right reasons. But obviously, the world doesn't realize that, and we want them to know that we're being transparent. We want to be honest with them. And when we don't know something and we come up with a problem, we'll find a solution and we'll be, honest about it.
Yeah, transparency is key in this community.
Yeah.
I feel like. And I feel like that's the biggest issue with, the centralized banking system, obviously, as well as, the government in general
right.
is the lack of transparency. So I feel like one thing cryptocurrency does is hold everyone accountable.
Forces.
And basically forces transparency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so I mean, if you can see where the money goes, like actually see it, like in real time,
Yeah.
like, it holds everyone accountable.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would be the goal, I think, and I think the people, you know, the younger generation is going to kind of expect that, and it's going to, like we were talking about, you know, the older ways and people are going to die out, and the younger people, obviously,
Natural causes.
of natural causes, of course, are going to come, and it's just going to be, this is the way it is now. It's just the future. It's what it is. So I mean, transparency is key, and then it's going to be just natural.
Yeah.
Transparency is going to be expected.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing. That's the biggest problem, maybe in the country and in the world right now. Is nobody has any confidence in some of this stuff right now, and you can argue that, you know, lots of things have happened that maybe shouldn't have happened or that were rigged, so to speak. So we just, you know, there's lots of opinions out there, but if you have a system like cryptocurrency, then you don't have to wonder where your money is whenever you put your check in the bank and it's come out of your account, but it still hadn't showed up in your other account, and you're wondering for 2 or 3 days, 4 or 5 days, what the hell are they doing with my money? And you don't know. You can't call them and ask, hey, what'd you do with that $3,000? You took it out of my bank like 4 days ago. I need it over here in this account. Where is it? I'm sorry, sir. You know, it just takes time to clear. And you know what they're doing with it. They're investing it and they're making money on it. And that's something that you can't, that won't happen in crypto. If it is happening, it's going to be obvious. Yeah. People are going to say, oh, well, it's transparent. Here's where it's going. You know, it went from this wallet to this wallet, and then that wallet put it here. You know, so it's just kind of a nice comfort thing that I like, of knowing where it is. There's a record. And I don't know. I think we're all just kind of done with the centralized banks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're, you know, any new generation coming up, like you said, Cody, you're not looking to go into one of these banks and open an account unless you really, really have to. And right now you do, to have to go buy a house. But someday, I bet you could buy a house with just Bitcoin.
You can buy cars with it.
Or EasyCoin.
Yeah, or easy. Yeah, hopefully it's EasyCoin for sure.
Well, I think down the road, and I mean, this is obviously fairly far down the road, I think we're going to see a tethering of physical and digital assets, in the sense of you will hop on a metaverse car lot and you will buy an NFT that is linked to an actual car, and that NFT will be the title to that car.
Yes.
And you will send the crypto to the dealership, and they will ship you the car. It will all be handled with smart contracts. You get your car, you sign the ship, they get their payment, everybody's happy. And then at that point, you can have frictionless car sales from that point forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it easier for people.
Yeah. The second you transfer that NFT title to the next person,
it's there.
It gets swapped.
Yeah.
And you know, at a certain point, that'll be linked to, you know, some government database, because it'll have to be.
Yeah, of course. We see regulations coming.
Oh yeah.
If
I was telling him, you know, I think it'd be kind of interesting. I have been messing around with Matterport 3D scanning software for homes. I'm in insurance, so
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been, you know, messing around with
those are
touring
cool.
these 3D scans of homes, and you could literally have an NFT that was that 3D scan, so that if someone wanted to tour your property, they could do it digitally. And then if they liked it, they could just buy the NFT.
Buy the NFT.
It transfers their wallet. They're the new owner.
Yep.
All that shit gets automated in the background.
Yep.
And you don't have to wait on closing a house.
Closing costs and all that. And the closing time and all of that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're doing that all automated, then the closing fees are going to be reduced.
Right. Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
need a real estate agent. You don't need none of that shit.
No.
Yeah.
And look how long it takes now just to get a license plate if you go buy a car. I mean, it took like 3 months for me to get a new license, for the paper tags to go away. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I can tell you exactly why I've worked in a car dealership. It's because when they sold you that car, then it goes to titling.
Yeah.
And it sits on somebody's desk for about 4 days because they're always about 500 cars behind.
Right.
And then they send it out. No, if it becomes a process to where it's seamless and almost instantaneous.
Yeah, like an NFT. Like, boom, here's your title.
Yeah.
That is absolutely coming.
That's going to be cool.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
going to
think
be really
that's
cool.
where things are going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly a ways out, you know.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
once you hit mass adoption,
Yeah.
things like that are going to start just clicking into pace rapidly. I mean,
Yep.
if you look at some of the things that are going on right now, like so over on the Avalanche network, they partner with Deloitte and FEMA, and they're actually going to be putting the FEMA fund on that blockchain.
Oh, nice.
And so that's how they're going to distribute FEMA funds from, you know, I don't know when they're going to make
Right.
this live, and, you know, I'm sure they're going to have to do a bunch of testing and all that, but
Right, but they're migrating to it.
Yes.
so
That's
they'll just
cool.
have a digital payment method for all FEMA payments.
Government
So,
agencies
Nice.
are.
And I think we can all agree.
And, you know, I don't know, I haven't dug too much into that, so I don't know if it's going to be permissioned or permissionless. but
Right.
I'm assuming they'll probably go the permissionless route, where anyone can just kind of hop on and view the chain.
Right.
And given the way Avalanche's architecture is set up, I'm assuming they're just going to set up a subnet of the Avalanche blockchain
Right.
to run that entire thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that shit like that is just
That's-
crazy that's already happening.
Yeah, and I think that we can all agree that eventually there's going to be regulations put in place for this. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's being talked about, but you know what it's going to do is it's going to give it legitimacy.
Oh, it's gonna shake
once
out
it's
all
once
of the
somebody
nonsense.
once somebody finally puts a reg on this, you know, we're all going to cringe. But then we're also going to realize that, hey, this is a wake-up call to the rest of the world and to other people that it's real, it's legit. And now they've had to develop a regulation. And I think we all see that coming. Right now is the glory days. It's the Wild West. We can have some fun with it, and we can build and grow. And hopefully we're prepared for those regs when they come. And I think that when that happens, it's going to weed out a lot of players.
Oh, definitely.
Because we know there's going to be costs involved with these licensings and so forth. That's why EasyCoin has also had to put itself in a position to have those kinds of funds available in the future. Because if we really do want to play a game and play ball for the long term, we can't just be one of these, I hate to say it, one of these just quick little meme coins. Just, you know, they're popular and they're doing good right now, but I just don't feel that it's a sustainable type of platform. It's a fun platform and people enjoy it and the utilities are there, but we have to think further down the road than that. I mean, it's going to get all regulated someday. So
Oh, no, it's massively coming. I mean, they're looking at it. Just
Yeah,
just the wash rule alone is they're
Yeah.
foaming at the mouth.
oh, I
for it.
know. They talk about it every day. They're just so ready to just, yeah.
They're
chomping.
doing what?
Yeah, they're chomping at the bits to get
And we
it.
don't get a piece.
Oh, no. Poor guys. They don't make enough.
See, and then we talk about, you know, the distrust in, like, they want a chunk of everything. That's fine. If you did taxes in a distributed, you know, to where we can see open source where this is going,
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
people would have much more faith.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I mean, honestly, you know, it's like, what did the Joker say? Who you going to trust?
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know, he's standing up there, hubba, hubba, hubba. Who you going to trust? You know, that's a great scene in the Batman. And it's true, you know, who are you going to trust? I mean, I think we can all agree it's kind of hard to trust right now what we've got going on.
Oh, yeah.
And if we had some more transparency, and I think crypto and blockchain is opening and paving the path towards that. And they're going to stick to their guns. They want to keep it the way it is naturally.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just an easy way to weed out things like they're friends with the county commissioner. You know what I mean? And-
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because all that would have to go away.
Yeah, because if suddenly I can't pay you $1 million for a project that obviously only costs $200,000 because everyone can see it.
Yeah. Now
Oh, and you'll have people going through it with a fine-tooth comb because they'll love to hammer a politician's ass to a wall.
I tell you what, I mean, the way some of the community has already broken us down and taken a good hard look at us. I mean, you know, the transparency has to be there, and we've been evaluated and we've been looked at it pretty closely, you know, by a lot of people lately. So, you know, I think if there's any trust issue, you know, hopefully we'll be able to over time show the community that they can trust us, and this is going to be a transparent, open, community-driven platform for them.
Yeah, no, if you, and having them say even some critical things right now is a good thing because it opens the door for the conversation of the things that need to be
addressed.
Exactly.
And, yep, and it also helps me because then I can, you know, prepare for the future for EasyCoin as well. If I don't have the questions and I don't know how to go get the answers.
Speaking of questions, we have a couple in the chat if you don't mind.
Sure.
Jumping in? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me scroll up a bit. All right, so Kraken Taylor asks, let's see. It feels weird because this is his channel or it's our channel,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah, well, that's all right.
I feel like I'm like hijacking it or something, but
They do that. Like sometimes they would have like tonight so and so's hosting Letterman.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you know.
That's
Gotcha.
right. Cody's hosting.
All right. So, what is the max supply versus circulation supply, and how often do you dilute? How often do you burn, and what quantity? There's a couple of questions.
Okay. What was the
So
first?
we did have what is the max supply
Max
versus
supply.
max supply is the 1 billion.
1 billion max
Right.
supply. Yeah.
And, what is in circulation right now? You said
Currently about
earlier.
102, 103 million are in
100.
circulation right now.
Okay. And is there a burn schedule?
At
And-
this time, we were thinking about doing some burns, but we haven't really established a burn schedule right now, and I don't know if there's even going to be one. I know that that is something that a lot of people like to see. I know a lot of coins have to have a burn schedule because they're just putting so many into the market every day. Like I think we said, Doge is putting a 5 billion a year into the market. So that's why if they have a burn schedule, that's probably also why they need one.
Alright.
I think the next one, the question was dilution. So the miners are constantly adding to the circulating supply, and that's how we've gotten to the 102 million right now.
Right.
Based on my estimations, you know, we're going to be adding probably 1 million or 2 coins a week right now. I think we've been going pretty strong for about 2 or 3 weeks, and they've added about 2.5 million. So we can run the numbers on that and come up with, you know, a spreadsheet to kind of give you an idea on the total number of coins that are going to be put into the market over time. But this is a practice that goes on even with Bitcoin. They're adding coins to their market right now, every day. So this is something that I think most coins have to do, especially with the proof of work concept, to allow for the miners to actually produce the coins. But right now it looks like we're averaging about 1 or 2 million coins are being mined about every week.
And there's never going to be more than 1 billion coins ever.
No, once we get to the 1 billion, then that's it. The blockchain will stop issuing rewards for coins, and we will stop at the 1 billion circulating.
And do you know how long that will take roughly?
So I was running the numbers, and based on that estimation of 1 or 2 million a week, I think I've come up with about 12 to 15 years. Now there is a halving period in 4 years to where the block reward splits in half.
Correct.
And that's going to slow this down a lot, which is going to help that dilution factor as well, is because now only half of the coins are being introduced to the market every year. So I do have to run the numbers, and I will be publishing all this once I get it kind of more solidified. My estimates are 12 to 15 years, but
with the halving?
yeah, and that's the part where I think I might have to go back and double check, because with the halving, it seems like it should be longer than that. I think we're looking at more about 20 to 30 years with the halving.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that that's a correct number, but I will be making sure that I get that published for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. One more question
Sure.
from Kraken. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the ISO, I believe it's 2022 compliance?
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is.
I'm going to have to get familiar with
Yeah.
that. Let me let me check. Maybe I can give you a quick answer on that, and maybe it's something I should already know.
Let's see if I can pull it up real quick.
I think
ISO 222. I believe?
222.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought that was a
I was thinking
typo.
I got it.
I thought that was okay. So 20022.
Okay. I will have to get familiar with this, and I can probably answer that question after I'm a little more educated in it.
Okay. Yeah, we
But
can
from
come back.
what it looks like, does anybody know anything about it?
It's the
There's the FAQ.
compliance you need to interact with financial institutions, I
Yes.
think, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken, because the
About-
Ripple has it, Stellar has it. There's a few others.
Okay, yeah, I see it. XML.
Yeah.
Here's some FAQs if you want to look at this.
Compliance.
So
Wow.
no,
Okay.
it's a lot to read over, obviously.
We
yeah,
we're gonna
check
look
it
into
out.
this. We'll check into this, and I'll definitely get you an answer to that. Obviously, if this is some kind of compliance, and it looks like there's a compliance checklist and guide, if this is something that a bridge we have to cross, then, we're prepared, or I'm prepared to try to take the steps to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get familiar with that.
See, I was
All
thinking
good.
y'all had already. Well, good thing I didn't tell him.
Right.
I've been buried in the development so much that I know that there's so much for me to research right now that I that's going on in news as well.
He's only one man. No, I'm joking. No, but I can definitely take a look at this as well, just to put another pair of eyes on it.
Yeah. Let me know if there's something in here that we need to be concerned about or that we need to focus on. Then it might be one of our goals in our roadmap might require something like this.
Sure.
And if it does, then the answer is yes. We're gonna do what we have to do to reach those goals in the roadmap. And if it means there's a compliance and some regulations that come about, then we'll take a look at them.
Yeah. Now I know the retail community is going to be pretty involved since we do have our ICO coming up. So that's another thing that I just kind of wanted to address.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of the ICO, what it means to the retail investor community, and what it's just going to mean for EasyCoin going forward. I mean, I think the retail community is obviously huge, since everyone and their mom is now a retail investor.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Myself and mom included. Hey.
Yeah.
So obviously, the ICO is gonna be huge, and that's putting is it 10 million
Yeah, we're going to allocate 10 million for the ICO
and 8 for the pre?
and we've got 8 million for pre-sale right now.
Okay, so 18 million total.
Yep.
Will be introduced into the pool, essentially, like the
Yeah. We'll be
circulation.
Yeah, we'll throw those into circulations for the user community. And technically they're already in circulation, just they're not
mined yet.
Yeah, well, they're not in other users' wallets because they're in our pre-mined wallet right now. So we have those coins right now pre-mined, but they will wind up in user wallets eventually. But technically they are in circulation already, included in that 102. So if we can sell, and I really hope we can sell all 18 million at those prices, then if you combine that with the miners, then there should be about 25 million or more coins in circulation by maybe next month or two. Now, this is assuming and hopefully we can sell all these coins. I would love to be able to sell all this so that we can continue to fund this project and move forward. And that's the goal for an ICO, it's the launch pad for the roadmap. We've come this far and we've done this much, but now I think everybody would realize that it's going to take a big step up to get to the next goals. That's why we do the ICO. And if we can introduce if those 25 million coins wind up in circulation, then, I think users are going to feel a lot more comfortable with the pre-mine and then the locked coins as well. So for the transparency and for the security of a non-rug pool.
Right.
We want people to know and to trust that. And it should quickly correct itself. It'll be, it should only take a couple years, and I believe the community is already going to have more coins than we would have. The 100 million that we started with, I think here in a couple years, they're already going to have their 100 million. So it's going to eventually shift, and the community is going to have all the power. And that's the way I wanted it. That's why there's 900 million of them for you guys. And there's going to probably be more than that because we're going to end up putting more into it. So
True.
We're not going to hold on to very much of this. It's just, the growing phases right now.
All right, we got one more question about the Ledger Nano compatibility. For those not familiar, the Nano Ledger is just like a USB drive, essentially like a physical wallet, right?
Okay.
And he's wondering if we're going to be able to be compatible with the Ledger wallets.
Right, that's a good question. And, I'd have to look into it, but I believe that we can make that happen. I know that those Nano wallets are becoming more and more popular, and they're pretty cool, actually. And I want to be able to do that. So I'm certainly going to look into that. And if it's possible, we're going to try to make it happen because that's probably what people are going to want to do as well. Is it's a little safer, too. I think a hard wallet is actually connected to the internet all the time, and I think these nano.
Well, the ledger is a hard wallet.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
The ledger's the hard wallet, right? Yeah. And so this way, it's not online all the time, right? It's a lot more secure. Yeah. And that's what we would want, is if people that want to invest and store EasyCoin for a period of time, then that's the safest way for sure. And then if they want to trade it, then now you're going to have to use, you know, your online wallets and a little less secure. But yeah, I would like to look into those. That would be really cool.
Cool. Yeah, we'll put it on the list.
Yep.
And yeah, as far as trading goes, we are looking at, you know, uplisting to major exchanges, you know, as soon as we can, as soon as we get the funding to do so, because they do have a pretty hefty listing fee. At least the bigger ones do.
Yes, sir.
So that is one thing that we're going to be doing with the ICO money is uplisting to, say, Coinbase, et cetera.
Yeah.
So.
And that's also something that will get published too, is where is all this money going to go? You know, I know that they're going to want to know that, and they're going to want to see it. So we're going to have it allocated, and a good portion of it is going to go to those exchanges because, like Cody said, I think some of these exchanges start at, they advertise $1 to $3 million for a listing. And that's negotiable, I'm sure, and it just depends on who your agent is. But we are expecting to at least have to spend, you know, $250,000 or $500,000 to wind up on a decent exchange with a decent amount of volume to do this coin justice. I mean, you know, I think right now it's on some little bitty no name. I mean, whoever made it, I'm sorry, it does have a name. There is an exchange that does have our coin on it, but it's absolutely volumeless. So, you know, if a tree falls in the woods, nobody's there to, you know, hear it, didn't make a sound. And that's kind of how EasyCoin is right now. Is it's there and it's chugging down the tracks, but nobody's around to hear it yet. Yeah. We want to introduce it to a decent exchange, and we might have to start at a smaller level. And it really just depends on how well this ICO goes. I'm really depending on the community to help me out here, because, you know, we could do podcasts and we can go put boots on the ground. We can walk around. Heck, we can print flyers and give away coins all day long. But ultimately, we need you guys to be able to drive this thing forward and to help sell these coins so that we can do what we would like to do for the community. Yeah. And that's what the ICO is for. And we're going to have to spend a lot of money on the exchange and on future development.
Yeah, the ICO is going to be huge because, I mean, like I said, it's going to take a platform like Coinbase for, you know, everyone to be comfortable with, you know, using it, trading it. Because, I mean, a lot of people are and will be kind of investing in EasyCoin in hopes that its value will grow. Yeah. And then they will obviously, you know, make money from it.
Appreciation's always good.
Yeah. I mean. And
one thing I do want to make sure that everybody knows is we've been doing everything the legal way. And in order to wind up on these big exchanges, you need a legal opinion letter from a crypto lawyer stating that your coin is a utility coin and it's not a security token or a security coin. So just to get listed on an exchange is a 9 or 10 page document signed and stamped by a lawyer that specializes in cryptocurrency. So at this point we can go and we can hand this to an exchange, and this is one of the requirements that they're going to have, other than the money, of course. They're going to want to have the legal opinion document. Right. So we've got that. We've got almost all the legal work that we need right now. So let's do this.
Nice.
Come on, guys.
I'm
let's
ready.
Make it happen.
You can make it happen.
Kraken's got another question.
All right.
Is there going to be any responsibility for compromised funds or crypto lost online? So I'm not sure exactly. Maybe you can clarify. But
if I think he might be just referring to risk, like a risk disclosure. I mean, will there be any compensation for lost funds?
I'm thinking more like maybe funds that, or you know, like EasyCoin that, I don't know, there's some kind of technical glitch.
Right.
Something happens, it disappears, or something, you know,
well,
to that degree.
I would have to say, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've read through a lot of the legal stuff, that there is very little accountability for us if something were to happen and their funds were lost. It's almost like any investment with a startup. You know, you're taking a risk, you know. And then as we get further along, I think that risk is going to start to shrink, and I think more and more people will be more comfortable with it. If you aren't comfortable with taking those risks right now, then I wouldn't. I would certainly avoid it, stay away, wait and watch, and then see what happens. And if you start to feel a little more comfortable with it, then that's the way to approach it. But no, I think in the terms of service and even in our token sales contract, there's several lines in there that we're not accountable for funds that are lost, misplaced, hacked.
Yeah, the hacking is the big fear, I think.
Right, and I think that's covered in our paperwork pretty clearly. So unfortunately, at this time, that's almost with any cryptocurrency.
Right.
I mean, you put your money almost into any of them, and if they go upside down or something gets hacked and messed up, your account could be in jeopardy. That's something with a stronger network, though, we'll be able to avoid.
Cool. And he just emphasizes that's why we need the ledger compatibility. So
right.
So I guess, like I said, we're going to put that on the list and definitely look into that.
I got a little list going over here, guys.
Good. Yeah. Taking notes.
No, this and this is great because if we don't ask the questions, we can't go get the answers. And if we have the questions, then we can start looking into it and finding the answer, and then hopefully growing and becoming maybe a top 10 coin. Yeah. Is that asking too much?
Yeah, Litecoin fork. I don't think ledger compatibility would be too big of an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
good. I mean,
I don't imagine it would be, but in any case, if it wasn't that simple, I know that there's a way you can import your MetaMask wallet onto a ledger and get different assets onto your ledger that way.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So that might be another route to take. But like I said, it being a Litecoin fork, I don't think it should be that complicated.
Probably not. And I just need to educate myself a little bit in it, and then we'll be able to start moving in that direction, get those train wheels rolling.
Chugga, chugga, choo, choo.
Choo, choo, baby.
Let's see. Any other questions in the chat? I don't see anything else right now, but we're at hour 40. But I mean, obviously, I really don't have any. I have something. It's not the only thing I have to do today, but I have all the time that we need. If there's any other questions,
right? I mean, if there's anything else anybody wants to ask or go over, I think we've covered almost a pretty good amount.
And once this gets uploaded to YouTube, please comment down below if you have any more questions. Yeah, because then we could have some material for next time or answer them in the Telegram chat or something like that. So
please come join us in Telegram. I'm in there at least once or twice a day. I try to say hi to everybody, good morning and good night kind of deal, even though it might be opposite for those on the other side of the globe. We try to work with them. But yeah, come hang out with us. I'd be excited. And thank you to Now We Kraken for having me on, and Taylor for letting us use this nice spot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
it's beautiful.
Cody did a great job over here in the number one chair.
Yeah. Tried to make sure everything worked this time. Sorry about last time, everybody, but I think everything is good as long as everyone can hear.
I sound great, and it's sad they didn't hear me last time. So
I know. Your sexy, sultry voice,
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
My nipples are hard just listening to myself.
Yes, and thank you, Kori, for all your questions and coming in. And
no problem.
Picking, our brains and all that.
Yeah, no, and we're all, let's all keep in touch. And maybe we can do this again sometime once we're a little further down the road. I think this was perfect timing.
Yes.
Honestly, we had all this stuff just happened, so this was perfect. When we get a little bit further down, maybe right before the ICO, we'll have some information about the ICO event, the launch party, where it's going to be, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. And please reach out to us about the pre-sale.
Yes.
Because we have a couple of different ways to go about it. As soon as we get some, the functionality on our ICO website, there should be a way to purchase via the website, and there should also be a way to purchase via a sales agreement.
Right.
We can basically just have everyone fill out, a contract, how many they want, at the 5-cent rate, sign, and then we will get it to them.
Yep.
So
one way or another, they'll be locked in. They're theirs, and they're allocated for them with that agreement. And then it's just a matter of putting them into their wallets.
Yes.
And we'll be doing the same thing with the ICO. They're going to buy some tokens, and then once the ICO is over, then we will be distributing the coins into people's wallets, Easy Coin wallets, at that time. Or they can just keep them, and they're going to be there forever. And when you finally have your Easy Coin wallet, or we have the mobile-friendly version, if you prefer that, then we can send it to that. So yes, please spread the word. We want to sell some coins. We need to do it so we can keep moving forward, people.
Yeah, and the Easy Coin School opens this week, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to click on it, let's see.
Well, it has a weird
timer.
It's got like 60 days, but
that's all right.
With episode 1 in the works, literally almost finished, I feel like.
Oh, good. So we're going to be about 50 days early.
Yeah.
Cool. See, that's how we try to start, we try to start off on the good foot. We're going to start the school early.
Yeah.
I gave us plenty of time just because I didn't know how long it would really take us to get this to this point. So I'm excited. Hey, according to this, we're going to be about, 2 months early.
Yeah, we're ahead of schedule.
Awesome.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks again, David.
Hey, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Corey, Patrick.
Yeah,
David.
We're going to do it
Good
again.
Pleasure, sir.
Yeah. All right.
See you around April.
See y'all next time. Peace.